Hi, gonna talk really fast because today is goat hoof trimming and dewormer day, and we have a lot of them. So I'm gonna be serious for a few minutes of your time today. And if you don't want serious, now's the time to hang up. I will get to Trump's conviction next time and we'll have some fun. I'm just putting it together in my head. It's kind of overwhelming, but it's exciting. So I want to answer some questions that keep coming up in the comments. Question number 1. Would I ever run for public office? No, I'm never leaving this farm. I am of an age where I want to play with my grandchildren, not taking away from my own children, whom I adore. These babies are the best thing that has ever happened to me. It's like everything I've been through in my life. It all was worth it for these babies. So anyway, and there are more qualified people than I am, and I'm hoping that recent events bring them out of hiding. Okay, am I a Democrat or a Republican? I am now registered as a Democrat because I want to be able to vote in the Democratic primaries. And I hope that answers the question. In the late 70s and 80s, I was a Republican, come from a long line of very staunch, very firm Republicans. I wasn't registered as one, but I was one. I voted for Reagan. And after that, I voted for Democrats, and I registered as independent for national offices. But my local and state ballots were all over the place. I still believe that there are good Republicans. I'm positive. I think Liz Cheney is as honorable as they come. Am I a fan of her policies? No. And there are a lot of people like her out there. They're just not as brave as Liz. But I remember when people from both parties could hang out at picnics together and it wouldn't erupt in gunfire. And I do thank Trump for dividing our nation that way. Why did I not mention Jasmine Crockett in my video about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little. When I was a weird little kid with a big blonde afro and everyone called me Bird's Nest instead of my name, I walked the school grounds with my shoulders really square, always just, on edge, because I knew at any moment somebody could run up behind me and punch me in the back and pull my hair. It was a tough time. My primary bully was a very determined girl. One day she organized dozens of the classmates together to follow me home, chanting Sherman Rotts for an entire mile, and each taking turns running up, punching me in the back and pulling my hair. It was a long walk home. Being bullied for what you look like is not okay. Nothing about it is okay. Someone in my own home spent an inordinate amount of time telling me that all the kids and all the parents in the neighborhood think that I'm fat and ugly and they hate me. She told me that all of my cousins think that I'm fat and ugly and they all hate me. Now, I didn't take all of that on myself, but it did invade my psyche to where when I meet somebody new, somewhere inside of me I think, well, they can't possibly like me. It's not okay. So I have to say my acting skills have gotten me through every social engagement I have ever attended since I became an adult. You will never hear me call anyone out about appearance, weight, skin, hair, nails. You will never hear me say anyone is stupid. You will never hear me judge anyone by sexual orientation. I taught high school drama, and almost every one of those kids has added a new letter to the LGBTQ parade. I judge people by their actions and deeds. If they are mean and do stupid things, they are fair game. MTG started the whole fiasco during the commission meeting by the eyelash comment. She was dead wrong. But responding with a body shaming comment was also wrong. Ms. Crockett phrased it so that it wasn't directly at MTG, but the intent was there. Everyone knew that she was saying it about her. Women don't body shame each other. We don't do that, no matter how repugnant the other person is. She could have stopped at bleach blonde and had the same outcome, and it would still have been a matter of comparing apples to apples, eyelashes, hair. And I know it's hard when dealing with someone as emotionally stunted as Marjorie. Really, really hard. Jasmine Crockett is a brilliant, beautiful, sharp, hardworking, and amazing woman. I admire her to the moon and back. And when she does brilliant, beautiful things in defense of common sense and the greater good, I will be all over that. Marjorie Taylor Greene does something abhorrent about every 20 minutes. Calling her out for her character or lack thereof, please go for it. But I couldn't find a way to bring Ms. Crockett into the conversation without sounding like I was condoning body shaming. And that's a line I cannot cross. I know too many girls who were told they were fat and nearly died from anorexia and bulimia. I know a few other girls who, as women, did die of anorexia and bulimia. One of them left a couple of young children behind. We women with strong voices, we set the standard for girls and young women who are coming up in the world. We've seen way too much of this BS. We shouldn't take part in it. Melania Trump barely pretended to fight against bullying with her "I don't really care, do you" jacket. For what it's worth, I really care. Well, it's worth something when Ms. Crockett cares deeply, and she does. So does Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So many of these women in politics at the highest levels care deeply. We set the standard for the girls and young women coming up in the world. Fight back, be strong, be a badass, get in their faces. But it's our job to know where to draw the line, and physical appearance has to be taken off the table. And thank you for staying with me this long. Have a great day. I'm gonna go trim goat hooves. It's gonna be fun.